A woman's finger cut off in an act of violence in an East Texas community. Neighbors call out of control. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jillian Sheridan.
And I'm Justin Early. We begin tonight with the CBS 19 exclusive and new information on the drug and crime problems in the Rolling Oaks neighborhood in northern Van Zandt County.
CBS 19's Risa Morris joins us in the studio tonight with part 2 of this story. Risa, we hear another big issue in this neighborhood is that the kids are caught up in the middle of this.
That's right, Justin and Jillian. I heard from many neighbors after our story aired last week, and they tell me that the increase in drugs and crime isn't the only major issue in Rolling Oaks. They're worried about kids trafficking these drugs and what happens after the drugs are taken. And a warning now, a portion of this video may be disturbing for some.
I grew up with most of these people around here.
Savannah Kilmer isn't from Rolling Oaks, but she went to nearby Wills Point schools, so she's familiar with the area and the people who live here.
It's filled with drugs, and I mean, they have children selling drugs, you know, and I don't even want to be here. It's just filthy. It's not somewhere I would raise my kids.
Because of that, Kilmer has stayed away from Rolling Oaks, but late last month, she was with a friend when he said he needed to pick someone up in the neighborhood. Kilmer asked us to blur her face because of the severity of the crime.
And the girl said, I mean, they're going to cut your finger off, or I'm going to kick your. And I said, you're not going to cut my finger off, but if you think you can whoop my, come on. And he held me down and she cut it off.
Kilmer thinks it happened because they wanted her money, but they didn't get it. The alleged attacker, Keith Wallace, is in Kaufman County Jail and has been charged with aggravated assault.
Everything has just went from bad to worse.
Child advocate John Borgstedt, who brought us to this neighborhood, says this is common, and he claims it all leads back to drugs.
I've had families who have told me that their kids are either involved in drugs, or their kids are selling the drugs, or their daughter has been involved in drugs, or that their family member has been hurt by drug members, and everything leads back to Rolling Oaks.
Driving around the neighborhood, you can see toys and signs letting people know children live here. Kilmer says the kids are involved.
There's always been kids selling drugs, you know, might it be marijuana, methamphetamine, it doesn't matter, you know, because they see a kid and they're minors, they can't get searched right without their parents, so, you know, it's easier just to have a kid do it.
Because of what she experienced, Kilmer moved out of the area, leaving the Rolling Oaks neighborhood filled with ruined roads, houses that are falling apart, and the drug and crime culture behind.
If it takes my finger getting cut off for this county to be cleaned up and them kids to be safe, then so be it.
And we have heard that there was some law enforcement activity in the Rolling Oaks neighborhood over the weekend, and neighbors have told us they're happy about that.
And Risa, how can people get involved if they want to help clean up that area?
There is a neighborhood meeting tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at the Wills Point Community Center, and it is open to the public. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Risa. Now, we did hear back from the Van Zandt County Sheriff's Office. Those we spoke with told us deputies do patrol that area regularly.
And we will let you know what happens at that meeting tomorrow night.